I thought at one stage as well, like a picture of somebody in my life. I'm not going to go into detail who, but somebody in my life came into the picture, and I was like, no, I don't want that. And the second, like, I pushed him away, like this music started like drumming, like it was danger, danger, and then it was really pretty again, and it was like the music was reading my fucking mind. I kid you not. Then something really awesome happened. Like, I sat up after all that crying, having purged crying, and I sat up, and this music was like taking me away. I was sitting right by just this music blasting at me, and I was a flower. I was this beautiful, beautiful flower, and I was swaying just back and forth like this, and I had all these colors, like all these beautiful colors, and like radiating from me. Like, I was a flower. Like, I feel like I still am a flower. It's like crazy, but it's like, it was so beautiful. And then the woman screamed again, and I could understand that I have to nurture my flower. It sounds ridiculous. I have to nurture my flower. I'm not talking about that flower, okay? I need to nurture myself as if I was that beautiful flower in order to send out love, because I sent out love to her while staying calm in my beautiful, magical, colors, and these colors were so beautiful, and had like that white glow of purity in it as well. And then this man popped up behind me. He's like hello, and he was all white and glowing and like pure positive, beautiful energy. Right, so that went on for a while, and then I thought, I'm just gonna try and fall asleep or something, and I felt like I really had to puke. I was like, and the first thought that hit me was that I can't puke here in front of everyone. I'm just gonna look really ugly, even though people have been throwing up all night long. And I took the bucket and I looked down at this bucket, and it was the most beautiful bucket like I have ever seen in my life. Mother Ayahuasca was the bucket. Mother Ayahuasca was like, you could see, like, I know it sounds scary with snake skin, but it wasn't like that. It was my favorite color, this blue greenish turquoisey kind of color all around this hole, if you like. And she was moving so beautifully, and she was just radiating love, and it was like, you can let go now. You can just let go. It's cool. We've got this. I feel myself getting a bit choked up when I talk about it, but it's okay. And when I felt her love, I started to weep into the bucket at first, because I was like, they've got this. They can handle it. They can, just throw it up. And I watched it for a while, this beautiful bucket. That was crazy. This beautiful bucket. And I saw this man in the bucket with this woman, like, on the side of the bucket. And it was like this man and woman, and I was just fascinated by the whole thing. But then I realized, like, oh, okay, it's like, it's very important, like, because I'm this kind of flower, very, very feminine being, I also need the man, the male, like, energy, and the second I kind of knew that, like, the bucket turned into like a ugly ass bucket again, and I threw up, I threw up so fucking much. And I kid you not, I think there was a freaking fetus in that throw up. It was so gross, but I thought I saw a fetus. It was crazy. And I felt so good when I just like really heaved everything up. I went ooh in the room. I still felt stupid doing it, even though everyone had like been, you know, carry way too much, even when I'm on ayahuasca. But it felt really good to just get it out of my system. And it's like she knew, okay, you learned your lesson, and let's get rid of this now and just get rid of it. It's cool. We got this. And then I got rid of it. But I mean, the colors were just unbelievably beautiful throughout this experience, and just knowing, like, she knows like how to heal and how to what to do. And in the beginning, I just wasn't letting go, and I got that really, really full on lesson that I need to trust way more and not try so hard. I try too hard, and that's why I feel bad. I think I try really, really hard, and then I don't get where I want to go because I don't trust, and then I feel like I'm not worthy, which is bullshit. And so Highway sounds way more fun, I'll tell you that. Trust and don't try so hard. Works for me. So that was my first ayahuasca evening. I love it here. Really, really, really amazing. I'll check back in with you tomorrow. Bye for now. Okay, so I have to tell you guys about Bufo. I just did Bufo. I'll tell you more about what that is, or write it down in this video or something. But I just did it, and holy shit, that I just went straight to source energy, like straight there. It's like within like not even a second, I don't know, I just flew into source energy, and I just felt this love, this incredible love that I can't even explain. It was like we're like all part of this, like this light, this love, and the fact that we're here is like just like a gift almost, and just like we're just supposed to have fun. And I'm saying that, and I know that when I get back home I'll be all like, moaning about a job or whatever and relationships, or but I will have this with me that life is meant to be lived and to be enjoyed, and we should just really enjoy it. I came like back down from the source energy, and I looked around, and like all the grass and like the leaves and everything was like super sharp, like I had like super vision, even though contacts in, but it's not like that. It's just, my vision was like from source energy at that point. And I thought I had been out for hours, and I looked around, and she hadn't even given the last person, like maybe 6 of us taking it, the last person hadn't even gotten his or her like trip yet. So I'd only been away for a few minutes, and I was like, whoa. I mean, I can't even explain what it was like, because it was so overwhelming that I can't really put words on how to describe it. I just know that like we all come from that, and that we are so loved, and that we are here to enjoy and have fun, and a lot more than we do. And like yesterday when I did ayahuasca, it's like I really got like a whole sort of just trust the universe, trust that everything will work out, and don't try so damn hard, which seems great. So I'm gonna try and do that. But honestly, it's just, so far this retreat has been like such a mind blower, and in a good way. Just so much love everywhere, and I just wish we all knew it, and I think we all need a reminder from time to time. So, but anyway, I'll speak to you later. Bye. Good morning. So I did my second ayahuasca ceremony yesterday, and it was really brutal, really, really brutal, but really amazing as well. And I'll just tell you quickly about it. But first, what happened was like I felt like ayahuasca was like in my whole body, like a snake, but like divine, feminine, beautiful, sexual, like snake. And she said, like I really got this feeling that I need to not let in. I made like a deal with ayahuasca. I would just let in men that were worthy into my body from now on, and that I deserved that. And I promised that I would do that. So then little Heidi came out, like this little girl from when I was young, and we had a really good time. And like I was her, and I was like giggling like a little girl, and we were just looking around with these big eyes and just like laughing. And this song would come up, and we would think that it's so serious, and we would just like like really giggle and like walk around the room a little bit, look at the fire, and just like with our, you know. And then there was a second top up, and I was unsure if I actually wanted to take the second top up because it felt so good being little Heidi. So what I did was I talked to one of the leaders, and they said that she's presented herself, so it's probably good to take a second dose so that you go deeper into the process with her and you can talk with her. And then not long after that, like I just started bawling my eyes out. Like this wasn't like a pretty cry, this was like all the way down my throat chakra. Like I felt like almost like a monsterish sound, and then it came up like when I was done, like with the intense crying. It came up and it went all the way up, like through my throat chakra, and I just felt like this bird that was like beautifully glowing and in my throat chakra, that I was like opening up my whole heart, and it's like, oh, I can release, and you need to use my throat chakra to express myself more. And then that was nice for a little while, and I made so many sounds last night. There was a lot of like moaning and like that kind of yawning and all that as well. And then I would start crying again, and I would be taken back, and like I just realized that this little girl had to be strong for so many other people for so long, that it really, really, like she had to like just be put aside and not thought of like until now or something, I don't know. And it made me so sad. It's like, you know, I got these feelings from when I was young and had to be big, and like I grew really fast when I was like 10, and I think that was mine. Like I need to be big and strong, so I grew really, really fast, and I was like this size by the time I was 10, like lengthwise and stuff. And this just kept like coming up, and this whole throat chakra thing was really rinsing from down here to all the way up here, and then out, and you know, just like really opening up my throat chakra. And that was beautiful. But the crying and the feeling of neglect and not having like taken her in made me so sad. And then she said with my son that she's like, oh, you should let me out then more often. I mean, we would have had such a good time with him. Like we would have had the best time. And I had to be strong for him too, because I was on my own. And then that made me cry, and I was bawling, and I was like saying, I'm so sorry. And I was like, I was only trying to be strong, and all the time, like I've noticed so much this retreat that I don't like when people see me, like, if I will really try and hide my emotions sometimes, and I feel so many emotions all the time. I will try and shut them out, like, so much, because I don't like people seeing me like weak. I would say weak, but it's not weak to have emotions or to feel them or to express them. That's not weak, that's strong. And I need to be way better at, like, accepting myself and loving myself and being okay, just being that little girl again. And I promised her we would have so much more fun, because we had such a good time yesterday, and she doesn't care what other people think, you know. And she's like, what? I don't care what he thinks or what she thinks. Why would I care what those people think? And I was talking about a little bit, had dialogue with her about my ex-boyfriends, and she was just laughing like why did you date those guys? Like, she's like, they're not even fun or worthy or anything. And I was like, okay, you get to decide from now on, partly at least. And I promised her that she would be with me during my meditations, and I would just really remind myself to just have fun and let her just take over sometimes a bit and just have fun. Taking life way too seriously, and I can afford to just, like, have fun. And I think that when you have fun and when you just, like, do loving fun things, then loving fun things come your way and you feel much better. And then during the early hours, like this last couple of hours, it was really hard because I wanted to just sober up and get out, like, you just go to bed, but I couldn't. I was so stuck in this ayahuasca experience, and I for a second thought that I was stuck. I thought that maybe I needed to learn something, and she wouldn't let me go. But then the leaders here are amazing, and, you know, one of the leaders, Hannah, came up to me and she was like, she looked me in the eye and, like, brought me back, like, to reality. Even though I saw this geometry around her and everything, I knew that it was gonna end eventually. And so that's my experience, and I will get back to you later. I just wanted to give you an update. I feel completely I have so much to take with me from this these couple of days. Completely brutal, but completely amazing and wonderful and loving. So I will speak to you soon, and I love you lots. Bye. Okay, so I'm back in my flat. I just got back from having been to my ayahuasca retreat and back from Stockholm, because I went to Stockholm after I'd been to the ayahuasca retreat. And what happened when I got to Stockholm, I was hanging out with my auntie, who was amazing. We just chatted about life and everything, and just my feelings and emotions after these ceremonies. And then there was, like, the second night I was there, something kind of weird happened that I wasn't prepared for. So it was in the middle of the night, and I kind of felt like I woke up because I kind of felt like I had taken, like, the medicine again, either the ayahuasca or the bufo. That it felt like I had taken one of those, and I was like I had gone up into the light again and then crashed down. Now this would seem amazing, but it also brought up all these, like, I needed to purge again and stuff, and I wasn't prepared for it. So I got out of bed feeling kind of confused, and I went out and sat on the balcony, and I could hear these birds, which I normally would love, but it was like it was too sharp or something. Like, I couldn't really deal with the reality, like, or not even the reality. I kind of felt like I was in kind of an in-between state between source and my 3D body and the ego and everything, and I couldn't really get it. Like, I couldn't really land in it. I felt scared, so I ended up having to, like, knock on my auntie's door, and sort of she just calmed me down a bit, and then after a while I was fine. And then I kind of thought about it the day after, and I still felt like these purging moments where I felt like I needed to purge, mainly through being sad, like crying and stuff, but also because I felt kind of sick to my stomach. So I thought maybe I have stuff that still needs to come out. And but then, you know, I had moments of clarity where I just felt like I've been feeling so at peace, like since I wasn't at the ayahuasca, like my mind is completely still and quiet. It's never quiet. I've always have like a million thoughts in my head, and it kind of felt nice to just be quiet, you know, it just felt amazing. But that first kind of night kind of scared me a little bit. But then I was in touch with the leaders, and they said that, or one of the leaders, and she said that no, it's perfectly normal, and that these kind of things, like the process doesn't stop because you have gone away from the ayahuasca retreat. It's the beginning of something new, and you have to continue working on it. So, but then I kind of channeled my higher self and asked just to tone it down a bit, because it was kind of freaking me out a little bit, this whole sort of feeling like, am I actually in my body? Am I not? Where am I? Like, what is reality now? I kind of felt like maybe I was broken or something. So, but then last night, I felt it come on again, and then I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna relax into it. And all I felt then, because I was like, and I started feeling a bit sick as well, but I was like, okay, just what is it I need to see, what is it I need to learn? And I relaxed into it, and all I felt was pure bliss, like pure beautiful bliss and joy and love, and it just felt nice and loving and wonderful. So I kind of I understood it had something about like the men thing, because I don't really trust men that come close to me, but now I have decided that I only have loving, beautiful, reliable men that come into my life. If they are not those type of men, then they fall out of my life very fast. And I kind of decided that, so that's what's gonna happen. So basically, I have kind of felt like it's still in my body. I'm still kind of going through things, but you need to sort of relax into it. And if you do like an ayahuasca in the future, you need to remember that it doesn't like stop at the ayahuasca ceremony place, and when you go away you'll feel totally normal, because to be honest, I don't think I'll ever feel like really normal again, but I mean that in a really good way. Like, I feel like I have shedded so much of my hurt, like past hurt, and I feel like I've gotten so many lessons from Mother Ayahuasca, and now is the time to really take those lessons, like do my homework and really, really work on myself. And you need to sort of continue doing that, because I think that once you get into like everyday life again, it's really easy to just go back to your old habits, and that's not something I'm willing to do. I want to move on from past hurts and everything and just move on. Am I happy I went to a ayahuasca ceremony? Oh hell yeah, I'm so happy I went. It was really, really hard, but so much love, and the leaders were amazing, and people there were amazing. I made some new friends. Everyone's just so loving and wonderful, and I've gone into myself and I've learned so much that it's so worth it. Like, I can't even tell you, but you have to, if you go, you have to be willing to just relax into it and trust. Like, if a total darkness comes, you're like, okay, Mother Ayahuasca, you're here with me. I know that you love me. I know that everything will be okay. Just show me what it is, and then relax into it. And then a lot of people that I've heard, I've done this, I've just relaxed into it. Second they've done that, it's not even scary anymore. It's just beautiful. So you need to really, really trust the process and just relax. Now I'm still on a kind of high. Like, I feel like life is like, just feels like kind of nice and fluffy. Like, I'll look out and I'll be like, my mind is so still, like it's so quiet, and I can just look outside and look up at the sky, and you know, and I just take in the beauty of everything. and I'm just so grateful for everything. So it's not for the weak-hearted, that's for sure, but you need to, if you feel like ayahuasca you're ready for it, and you want to take your spirituality to a new level, you want to take your life to a new level, understand your value, understand that you are pure love, then yeah, go do an ayahuasca. It's going to be one of the most amazing things you've ever done. It's just crazy. I love it, and I'm grateful. So I hope that this has helped you make like a decision for going or whatever. But this was my ayahuasca trip. Your ayahuasca experience will be completely different. That's also something to bear in mind, that is no one's experience is the same. Not even my own from night to night. It'll be like different from, it was so different from night 1 to night 2. So just yeah, go with your heart and just trust that the medicine will do its work and wonder. So I love you guys. I love the world. I love everything right now. So